T2T Wrestling. We're here for the results of Extreme Rules. I'm here with Kim.
Hello, everyone.
And boy,
Things got extreme.
And boy, was it a good one, man. Oh, man. I'm already going to say 10 out of 10. I don't even care.
I was super psyched before this. We talked about it last week. And I think this was in running for best pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Yes. I mean, definitely like my top 3 favorites so far. I'd probably put this, unless Survivor Series is like, it's pretty good, I'll probably put this at my number 1 for right now. We'll see what Survivor Series comes up. But like, yeah, I was like
definitely for the last maybe 20 years.
Yeah, man, this was certainly so good.
Mania 34 was really good as well. But yeah, I mean, we are going way back to find something that matched this. This was flipping amazing.
I mean, there was never like a dull moment.
There was not a dull moment, and I don't think. I mean, I don't know what Pro Wrestling Magazine and so on is saying, but to me, there wasn't a single match under 4 stars.
No.
It was like 4 stars, 4.5, 5, whatever. Like, amazing stuff this time.
So amazing. But alright, let's just go ahead and get started, shall we?
Yep. Let's do that.
Let's go on with the first match was the Donnybrook match. We got the
good old fashioned Donnybrook match.
We got Brawling Brutes.
Oh, that makes more sense.
The Brawling Brutes versus Imperium.
May I just say how much I love the Imperium entrance?
You did.
Maybe it's just like my Teutonic roots or something. There's just something about it that appeals to me.
But man, what a match to start with. It was just chaos like everywhere. Like, it was like so much stuff. It was hard to like keep track of everything. But it was so good. But it was so good it was so good at the same time. It wasn't like chaos, like, oh my god, this is chaos. I can't.
No.
It was chaos in a good way, which is weird.
Control chaos. I believe the term control chaos.
Right.
You always knew what was going on. And unlike a lot of matches, in a lot of wrestling matches, you know, the camera hides stuff for you. Because they want you to be surprised when the camera pans to it. This one just kept track of almost everything. You was never really surprised by someone who was supposed to be laid out suddenly jumping into the ring. You sort of knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Good
work, cameraman.
They are getting really good WWE at starting out their shows with a bang.
I mean, that's how you should start off your show, but
that really is. I mean, this was. It's hard to. It will be very hard at the end to pinpoint match of the evening, but this one was certainly a contender.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was so much.
I was surprised at how one-sided it was at the very beginning. How much Imperium was like in charge for the first 3-4 minutes. I hadn't expected that, but it really worked. Because, you know,
it
gave it the back and forth chaotic energy.
I guess because there's like the heels, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why it is. I mean, they have managed to turn Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes into faces. I'm amazed at how quickly and easily.
I mean, that's how easy it can be just to become a face. It is so easy.
I know, if you do things right.
If you do it just right, it's just the right moment and the right time and everything else. I think like Clash of Castles, whatever, probably was when he turned face and stuff like that, when he lost to him, you know, in that one match.
The way he lost to him as the babyface.
Right.
You know,
so, you know.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, you're right. Also, when the Brawling Brutes started fighting back, or when Sheamus got his first sort of real offense in, I just love a good, strong clothesline. And Sheamus does it better than almost anyone in the company right now.
That's true.
I don't know what it is about clotheslines. I mean, it just looks brutal. Just slamming into the other person.
Agreed.
Anything else I sort of remember from that one? Just of moves from the match? The splash from the Italian guy, whose name eludes me, in Imperium, to break up the pin after Sheamus hit a brogue kick.
Oh,
was actually really good.
Actually, it looked like it hurt.
I didn't really see that coming. It was so well timed.
It was.
Because it didn't look like a slow count or anything. He just hit the timing spot on.
Like, good job on that one. Cause
yeah, super good. The crowd was starting. I mean, I know it's Philadelphia. Philadelphia has a reputation as a smart city, but it also means if they like what they see, they go bananas.
Yeah.
And they were bananas from the very start. They were so into this.
Oh my god! It was this fighting
that moment.
It was like
that moment.
It looked like a scene in a freaking bar fight or something.
Yeah, it really did. No, this is like the old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Again, how many actual wrestling moves did we see in this match? 4? 5?
I don't even know,
this
man.
This was just these people beating the living crap out of each other.
Yeah, and they're all in the same. Oh, they're all in the ring at the same time, guys. So that you guys.
Yeah, all the time. Also, it took a very long time to get weapons involved, and I actually think that was a good thing because it sort of established this as not just garbage wrestling, but an actual fight.
Right.
I
really like the part when they're there were 3 of them on one side and there were 3 of them on the other side, and they're picking up Sheamus and they're picking up Gunther and stuff like that, and they're just going at it like that.
Yeah, I was about to. That's my note. Sheamus and Gunther getting up forehead to forehead was freaking
right.
I don't know.
And the other 2 are just fighting to the ground. They're just looking at each other. I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on?
All 6 is lying. I mean, anyone who haven't seen this should go see it, obviously. But all 6 are lying on the ring floor, 2 teams of 3, and doing some ground wrestling moves. And then suddenly they start rising, and Gunther and Sheamus just lean their foreheads together and stand up like that. Freaking hilarious!
Oh my god, it was so funny. It was so good, though. It was just God.
Man,
you can see the intensity in this match, man. It was such an amazing match. What a way to start!
This was 5 stars.
5 stars. This was 5-star fight night for sure.
Yeah. Brawling Brutes won.
Yep.
I didn't think they would, but I am happy because this means you can go on with the feud. And damn, this is a feud that's not played out yet.
No, I figured
they have booked it so perfectly, and these 2 teams just work so well together.
I also figured that the feud was still going, especially what happened on SmackDown the night before.
Yes, so, absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all haven't seen that, go check that out. You can go watch that for free on YouTube.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So,
yeah, great match, good start. Let's move on. Perfect. Alright, we got the SmackDown Women's match. Oh, it's Extreme Rules. Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan.
This was a really, really good match again. I'm going to spoil the results already from the beginning. Ronda won.
Oh my god! Spoiler alert! Jeez, man. I the results show and everything.
I know. But you see, I am so psyched at this. I just don't know what to do with myself. Ronda won, which is fine.
We figured that she was going to win.
This is not about a complaint of the match. It's a general complaint of the feud. Is that I'm sad that the first match, or the only match where Liv really got to show what she can do, is the match where she loses the championship. I would have loved to see a match where she gets to kick loose this much during a retaining. But I have nothing to say about this.
I mean, this is a good match. The way she won, though.
This might be Ronda's best match.
Yeah.
We've said that a lot recently, so she's obviously getting better, and she's had some fine opponents, but this one just...
Is Ronda considered a heel?
I mean, no. I mean, I guess she is, but I think she's considered a heel in the same way that Brock Lesnar is considered a heel, or was considered a heel when he's not fighting Roman, right?
Right, okay, makes sense.
I think she's considered a heel... sort of in the Stone Cold.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
She's not so much of a heel as she's just a jerk. And if she's
you jerk!
And if she's a jerk to the bad guys, then she's a face. And if she's a jerk to the good guys, then she's playing a heel. But basically, she's just a jerk.
I'm just gonna tell her
I think that's how they play her. I'm not sure, but it looks like how they're playing her.
Damn you, Ronda Rousey, you're such a jerk.
Jerk. I know. That was how Stone Cold described his own character once. What was your character? Were you a face? Were you a heel? Were you a tweener? No, I was just a jerk. But because Vince McMahon was Vince McMahon, I could be a jerk to him, and I was a face. And then I could be a jerk to The Rock, and if he was in a heel or in a face turn, I was the heel, and so on and so on. I think they're playing Ronda like that.
Fair enough. There was one when she won. There was like a weird submission where she was using her leg, but also part of like the table, and it just looked like Liv Morgan was like gonna pass out. The one problem that I have is like, okay, she looked like she gonna pass out, but they didn't do like, like usually they'll do like the arm thing.
I know they do the arm and fall down. I noticed that too.
They didn't do that. I mean, it's a small thing. It's no big deal. I mean, the match was amazing, but it was like one of those things. I'm like, okay.
It was also a good example of I'm usually the one who complains that a match is too short. This was a very good example of what you can do with a relatively short match and still make it like just work. Keep the pace up. Right. Keep things going.
If you're gonna be short, keep, like you said, keep the pace, keep it going, and people will be like, oh, okay. But it was a really good match. Congratulations to the new SmackDown champ, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, congratulations. I hope. No, we can take that at the end. I don't want to say anything now.
Right. All right. Let's move on then.
Yeah.
We got the strap match with Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. Only 2Ks, guys. Only 2Ks.
Only 2Ks. Karrion Kross
with
CrossFit
with Scarlett.
Yes, with Scarlett.
With Scarlett.
This is the only match of the entire evening I have a minor complaint about, and that says something. And I still put this on maybe 4.5 stars. That's how good this pay-per-view was, guys.
What's your complaint?
Again, a really good match. A little short, again. But I think a lot of that just is because... I don't even know if it was that short. It was just... It felt short because they just kept going. Again, every match this evening was just... The pace was just constant. And it's amazing.
The reason why Polly's so short because it's a match really didn't start because freaking Karrion Kross didn't freaking put the darn strap on, and they were like fighting around the ring for like 10 minutes or something like that.
The match didn't actually start until 5 minutes into the
match.
That's very true.
It didn't even start. There was no match.
Again, it was such a good match. They just beat the crap out of each other. Both of them just looked so good in this match.
Looked so good, so strong. Whip for whip, punch for punch.
I think the first part of this match was the only time in the evening where the audience were not dead, but a little bit subdued. And I think this is my only sort of real criticism about this, is that I think it should have been pushed to a little later in the show, because in a lot of ways it was very similar in the sort of just beating the snot out of each other chaos to the Donnybrook match. I think they were too close to each other.
Yeah, which I was kind of surprised by that too, but I mean, whatever. It's WWE.
Again, it's not a legitimate criticism.
Right.
As
it's
soon
no
as the match
big deal. The audience got, exactly.
Yeah.
I said, the audience needed to catch their breath. Okay, there was no pee break matches here.
No, there is not. It just kept going. Like I said, this is the match I have a complaint. Well, for what that was as a complaint, not a complaint, but a thing about, and I still say 4.5 stars. It was just Karrion Kross won after Scarlett interfered and pepper sprayed McIntyre, which is a good ending because again it keeps McIntyre looking strong, while giving Karrion Kross the victory he should have.
Right, and he should
brutal, well paced, well structured.
And
this was fine.
And like we said before, he should just leave that and go to the next feud.
Yes. I don't think they will, because then I don't think they would have ended it with the pepper spray.
Right.
But I mean, do one more match. It's fine. Maybe do it at the at the
Crown Jewel
Saudi show or something. But just after that, just move on.
Right.
Move
Exactly.
Karrion Kross on, just so that he doesn't. He has so much momentum right now. Don't get him mired in like a 7-month-long feud.
Oh yeah, we don't need that. Especially it's one more match, then move on to like somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can say, sort of, if I'm looking for criticism, and I'm not, because I don't have a problem with it. I think it was a good decision. That Karrion Kross needed Scarlett's help to win sort of doesn't play with how they have built him up. They have sort of built him up to be strong enough to do stuff on his own. But at the same time, like I said, it ending the way it did saved Drew McIntyre from a clean defeat.
She has to save Karrion Kross. She has to.
Yeah, no, and Scarlett has always been involved like this.
Right.
And again, this is definitely a Triple H thing. Getting the managers back, getting the heel managers back involved like that. That's so classic wrestling.
You got to appreciate the heel managers, okay?
Yeah. You really do.
Where would we be back with like the freaking the Paul Heyman, Jimmy Hart, and
Jimmy Hart,
Scary Sherry,
Paul Ellering,
the Scary Sherry, and all them, you know.
Brother, what's his name? Brother Love,
right? Yeah, we need
Paul Heyman.
Right,
dangerously, Paul Heyman, because before it was Paul Heyman.
Even Lana, when she was a freaking manager, like we need those people.
Yeah, we do. Like I said, I am not complaining about it. I think it was the right decision.
Yeah, I think it worked.
They went that way with it because they had built Karrion Kross differently, but it's absolutely.
I mean, I can see them, doing one more match at Crown Jewel and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because I mean, Crown Jewel is kind of like it's not really that big of a deal.
I don't think anyone treats. I mean, stuff can happen on Crown Jewel. Stuff will happen on Crown Jewel that will have repercussions. But I don't think even the company really treats Crown Jewel as like.
It's kind of like a scrimmage.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's always been a bit. It's there.
It's there.
It's always been a bit. Not a lot happens. We've seen several Crown Jewels without a single title change.
Exactly. So but nothing.
It's mostly just a show for the sake of money in Saudi Arabia. That's what it is. Let's be fair.
Alright, well.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's hope this feud. Let's hope Karrion Kross moves on from this feud to better things.
Let's hope. Alright, well, moving on.
Well, not better things, but other things.
The Raw Women's Championship. We got in a ladder match. We got Bayley versus Bianca Belair.
Yeah, of course. Again, spoilers. I knew how this one was going to end the second we saw the ending of the Liv and Ronda fight.
Yeah, I said that and the prediction. I was like, it all depends.
Exactly.
It all depends on who won SmackDown.
Yeah,
who's gonna win?
As soon as we knew the SmackDown victory, we would also know the winner of this one. That's just how it was. I have no problem with it, but it was kind of like, okay, well, I mean, there's no real thing here, but. Also, I do love how Bayley always takes a chance to mess with Michael Cole.
I'm the champ, Michael Cole! I'm the next champ, Michael Cole!
I was like, listening, Michael Cole! I just love it so much. I don't know why.
It's freaking hilarious.
I know a lot of people don't like Michael Cole a lot. I think he's fine.
I don't have a problem with Michael Cole. I think he's fine.
Michael Cole will never be remembered as the greatest WWE commentator in any way.
Right.
But he's doing a perfectly fine job. But yeah, Bayley and Bianca is just very good together.
They work very well together.
I keep saying that with basically everyone Bianca is fighting, but it's true. So maybe it's just because Bianca is a very good wrestler. That is very possible.
Yeah.
But I mean, we also know that Bayley is a supremely good wrestler, so that they have chemistry together is super good. I don't have a lot of notes for this one. I was just enjoying the match.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
so good.
It was just so many close calls. I mean, like, Bianca Belair was like always like rushing up to get the belt. Like, as soon as she knocks her down, rush up. And
that was another thing. That was another thing. It actually looked like she was fighting to win. A lot of ladder matches don't always seem like they're fighting to win, if you get what I mean.
They're trying to, like, to beat them up and then...
Yeah, I mean, a lot of ladder matches are treated like a normal wrestling match until there's usually a couple of ladder spots. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah,
But a lot of ladder matches basically just seem like a regular wrestling match with ladder spots until the last 2 minutes when they then, we have to, do that thing. This one was, they were at it from the start. I really love the spot. It's quite obvious that Bayley switched the balance, but I really love the spots where she has Bianca trapped under the ladder.
Yeah.
And Bianca just lifts it. I mean, Bayley has the ladder set up, not just lying on the floor. It's standing up, so she's crawling on it. Bianca is supposedly pinned with her throat under one of the ladder legs, as they do. It's a well-known spot. She just lifts the damn thing and throws Bayley off from a lying position. Again, if you know what you look for, it's pretty obvious that Bayley is shifting her weight to give her the opening. But it was super fun to see. It was super cool to see.
And also Damage Control did come in and try.
Yeah, Damage Control came in, and Bianca did a double KOD on them.
We had said in our predictions there was no Asuka or Alexa Bliss because they were both injured.
Injured, yes. Also, this.
So basically, it was like 3 against 1.
Yeah, I mean, I know
for a little bit.
At the end of the match, the spot that sort of won the match, the KOD on the carried ladder.
Yeah,
I've
man.
never seen anything like that before.
That was crazy. I was like,
I mean, Bianca got Bayley up for the KOD, which is her finisher, which is sort of it's a weird sort of slam. It's not really a weird sort of slam, but it's a slam.
It's kind of like a reverse fire.
Yeah, reverse fireman's carry slam, something like that.
Yeah.
But she has Bayley up on that, so she's carrying her, and then she has the ladder on top of Bayley. So when she does the slams, turns that around, and Bayley lands. So Bayley lands not on the ladder already on the floor. Because she sort of turns them around during the slam, she slams Bayley in her finisher down on the ladder that Bayley had on top of her. It's difficult to describe. You need to go watch it yourself.
Yeah, you can't describe. You gotta go see it.
Cool.
Like I'll see like a tiny find a picture, but
yeah,
I don't know. But like it was really hard to describe. But I know exactly what he was talking. But I'm like, how is this gonna work?
Yeah. I have never seen anything like that before in a ladder match. I really think that might have been a unique. It could have been used sometimes where I haven't seen it in different companies. I haven't seen it, but I personally have never seen something like this.
Yeah, same. I personally in the years I've been watching WWE wrestling, I have not seen that.
Well, Bayley, I would have thought that she was in line for the title. I think she should have had it, and I would have loved to see her against Liv.
I think. I think she probably would win it, not Survivor Series, but the next pay-per-view winner.
Yeah, day one. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, day one, she probably win it then.
I could see that. And
Because you have to think about Survivor Series, and I think that watching if they're going to go champ against champ, it's going Either that, it's going to be the War Games, or it's going to be just Ronda Rousey versus the standard Ronda Rousey versus fucking Bianca Belair, which I would love to see that.
No, that's the other thing I was going to say. Poor Bayley, I would love to have seen her as a champion, but based on how those two have been doing recently, Bianca versus Ronda is going to be special.
Yeah, you got the baddest bitch on the planet versus the EST of WWE. It's like, well, I'm like, okay. We'll see how that goes.
I am still embarrassed that it took me until WrestleMania this year to figure out what the whole EST of.
Poor Tim was like, "What the hell does that even mean?
What the hell is that shit?
That's not even right."
That makes perfect sense now. But yeah, Bianca won with a very fascinating and cool ladder spot, and then she crawled up and got the belt. It's really nice.
Okay, so before we go on, and let's definitely deal with the match. I just want to say something totally different from anything. I am really loving this whole Dexter Lumen and the Miz thing going on.
I am so fond of it. I think it's great.
Oh my god, I love it.
I think it's so fun.
Oh, it's so great. I mean, the Miz is always going to be like the Miz, and then you got Dexter. It's just like. Dexter
playing that insane
role.
I don't even know what he is, but this insane stalker thing to absolute perfection. Just those wide, crazy eyes and that insane mustache.
I mean,
damn, it's just so funny.
I mean,
if
you haven't seen the guy, you haven't checked that out. It's just funny. It's just hilarious.
I'm easy to please. I loved the. I'm okay with it have been removed. I get why it was removed. But I loved the early days of the 24/7 championship. Back when it was, Truth and Drake Maverick.
Yeah.
Basically going into comedy skits about it. I loved that shit. It was glorious. Yes, it became silly and pointless towards the end, and I'm happy it's gone. But I like those kinds of things. And they're clearly building. I don't think they're doing anything until maybe day one. But they're clearly building for something with Loomis and Miz, and I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Good job on that one, WWE.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next match, which is an I Quit match with Edge versus Finn Balor.
This is the other 5-star match I have on the evening.
This is probably my match of the night.
Sorry. Yeah, this is my other 5-star match of the evening, and this is my match of the evening. Probably, yes. My problem is when I do these notes, I usually have like 10 lines.
He does lines, guys. Oh my god, he's a drug addict.
I know, I do lines. No, I have a lot of notes for a lot of these matches. I have precisely 2 lines of notes for this one because I forgot to take them. I was too invested in the fight.
Oh my god, it was so good.
It was so good. I can't tell you any spots in it. Not really, because it was just so good. Finn Balor is just good. He's always been good. The fact that Vince couldn't see just how good he is one of the reasons why I think it was good to replace him, if nothing else. And Edge obviously haven't lost a step coming back. And the two work just really well together. It's just, it's fine. Everything is perfect. They are clearly setting up a Survivor Series thing for this one.
I do have a note when I said, "What the fuck is on Finn's face" when he came out.
Yes, everyone has that note. Everyone has that note.
The hell is that? And that's like. Go ahead.
Listen, a lot of people are like, "Why is he cosplaying as Pinhead?"
I don't know if you ever So there's this game called Soul Calibur, and there's a character that has a face like that called Moldor.
I've never played. I know what Soul Calibur is. I don't like fighting games.
Yeah,
so
but there's a game called, and there's a character who looks just like that, and I'm just like, why is he coming out like that? I mean, this is a Soul Calibur. I'm like, what is on his face? Can he even see?
Well, he can, because if you actually watch the close-ups, the entire right eye is not actually covered.
I'm just like. But still, I'm like, what the fuck is on his face?
The thing is, when I saw that, I was thinking, is he cosplaying as Pinhead? No, you know what he's cosplaying as? He's cosplaying as a spiky Shockmaster. That was what I thought. But I haven't seen a lot of headgear that's so silly since then. I mean, yes, I'm old, and I remember the Shockmaster. We've talked about him before.
Yeah, we had put it on our worst freaking gimmicks.
Worst gimmicks of all time. Yeah. But no, I mean, yes, that was silly. But once the fight got started, you kind of forgot about it. Also, have they gotten like separate music? Because that wasn't Finn's entrance music.
Yeah, they got separate music.
Okay, I just haven't been paying attention to that, I guess. No, it worked. Again, this was just. I can't really say anything about this.
I mean, will say that 30 right. And they were fighting all over the arena and everything else, and it's like, and then eventually
spearing each other. Edge spearing Finn through the barricade looked super real.
Yes.
I mean, we know that it's weakened, but it looked so good. That was when the crowd started the "This is awesome" chant. I think I even got a "Fight Forever" chant in there. That's bloody rare in Philadelphia.
True. And then also, they're going saying, "I quit." They haven't quit yet, and then the Judgment Day obviously came out.
Yeah.
And they handcuffed, basically ended up handcuffing, what's his face, Edge. to the ropes, and just basically it was like, oh, you're gonna quit, and hit him with like kendo sticks and stuff like that, and he still didn't quit, and end up but Rey Mysterio comes out and basically got his ass kicked by his son. And then
apparently having a bad mullet gives you superpowers. Good to know.
I guess. And then
I'm sorry, I cannot take Dominic serious with that hairdo. I just can't.
And then the Phoenix comes out and basically just beats the crap out of Finn and Priest with the kendo stick.
Yep.
And then it was like Rhea comes out and they're going challenging each other, and they're like, they're like beating up on each other and stuff like that. And it looks like for a long time it looked like Edge was gonna win.
Yeah. Have you noticed something, by the way, before we go to the end? Have you noticed how they're playing Rhea as the enforcer of Judgment Day now?
Yeah.
I mean, both she's the temptress. I mean, she tempted Dominic, but she's also being played as an enforcer. I don't think we've really seen that since, I don't know, China?
I was about to say China.
Yeah. It was just good. Anyway, yeah. Move on.
Okay, so then, they're fighting. She gets the handcuff keys from Maria, unhooks them, and he looks like this. Like, so what? Give him like a spear to Priest, and then like a couple of spears to Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Yeah, and then it looks like he's about to quit. And I don't know what happened after that. Someone came out and beat the crap
Yeah, Rhea. I mean, they just got the. Honestly, at that point, it was chaos. But
it was so chaos. Basically, Judgment Day got the upper hand. And I got it. Rhea hit Beth Phoenix with the brass knuckles, knocked her out.
Yeah, and then did a sort of. I can't even remember what.
And it was brass knuckles.
Beth was on a ladder, and they hit a power move on her head on the ladder.
There was no ladder.
Wasn't it a ladder?
No.
I can't even remember.
Rhea had brass knuckles on her face, on her arm, on her hand, and hit Beth Phoenix, and then
I thought she was she was lying on a chair. Sorry, I thought she was lying on something. She was lying on a chair. When they did the very end.
When they did the chair though, yeah, but she was up first. Well, she was up first, and then Rhea Ripley turned her around and hit her, punched her, and then she fell on the chair because she was gonna do because Edge was like, get the chair to do the concerto or whatever until that was happened, and then I had Priest and what's his face, mullet guy, hold Edge down while Finn Balor did some coup de grace on his ass.
Yeah.
And then it was like, after they were holding him, and then they were like, go get the chair, and they're going to do the concerto with Beth Phoenix. And they're like, well, first they asked him if he quit after the whole coup de grace thing. He said no, but it wasn't until like after they're going to, do the whole...
Yeah, they did the smart thing. Right. Edge is never going to submit for himself because you don't do that, but he'll do it for his wife.
Right. So he goes, I quit, but it ended up doing the concerto anyway. I was like, why did you quit? You know what they were going to do.
Exactly. They are doing such a good job these days. After a week sort of middle, they're doing a very good job of turning the Judgment Day into really good heels.
Right.
I just wish they had something to do.
Well, here's the thing, right? So.
I mean, we know where this is going to end up. This is going to end up at Survivor Series. Again,
yeah.
Either in a War Games.
Probably in the War Games.
Or in a traditional Survivor Series match, but probably in a War Game.
I'm guessing the War Games
because War Games match at Survivor Series.
I mean, it's probably maybe it probably would be like a mixed War Games because if you put
I would assume
yeah
Beth and Edge, Ray and someone
probably AJ maybe.
Sorry.
So probably AJ Styles maybe.
Probably Styles maybe, I don't know, someone at least. Against
because I mean I'm just saying that Styles has a problem with the Judgment Day.
I mean it's absolutely possible, but those three and someone versus Judgment Day in a War Games. I could see that. I would love to see that.
I mean it's a good setup because I mean obviously guys Judgment Day won. Okay, Finn Balor won. So I mean, it's a good setup to go to War Games and end it right there at Survivor Series.
All I'm saying is I just really wish they're giving Judgment Day something to do afterwards. Because this is not Judgment Day's feud. This is Edge's feud. And I love that for Edge. The Judgment Day is just too good of a concept to waste on this, in my opinion.
I agree. I think they should do something. I think they should start going after like belts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Just do something. But I mean, the match was. You can't say.
I mean, the match was
our end of year. This is the best thing. It's just going to be this match, isn't it?
Yes, basically. Pretty much. Because the match was just so good. It was so well paced.
Yeah.
It was just.
It was, yeah.
Even Mologai had his moments, whatever.
Like I said, Dominic is gaining from this. He's showing that he can do stuff. It's just
It's just Tim don't like his
German football. He looks like a German soccer player from the 1970s.
Apparently, Tim don't like German football from the 1970s.
I don't like the hairstyle. This is true. I'll freely admit. Anyway, let's move on because otherwise we can just stay here saying this was such a good match all evening.
Right. Well, let's go to the last match then.
Yep.
We got a pit match. Let's guess.
Pit match.
Whatever the hell that guy's name is, who cares?
Paul Cormier, Daniel Cormier.
You don't even know
him, but he's apparently a big thing in MMA.
I mean, he was big.
Yeah, he was. I do know him. He's one of those. He's one of those like former top stars of MMA. I don't know him, but I have heard his name.
I don't know, but he was
that much about MMA. So
he was really big. I don't mean like big as like star. I mean like this fat. Where you got Matt Riddle versus.
Anyway, he was special. He was special referee versus Riddle versus Seth. Yeah. I really like that pit design.
Oh my gosh! I like it so much. I was like, is it gonna keep blowing?
We could just make these instead of
cage matches.
Cage matches. I mean, I don't mind a cage match. It's fun to see people. A cage match now and again is fun, but this one just really worked.
It just looked so much fun.
Yeah,
it just looked good.
Seth. One thing, of course, because we followed that saga. When he first came out, I was like, man, Seth's outfit is super subdued today. Where is the craziness about it?
He's blacked out.
But, of course, it was because it was it's Extreme Rules and Seth was doing a Rob Van Dam tribute.
Really?
Yeah, that's the thing. If you notice, he did Rob Van Dam's like thumbs to himself thing during his entrance, and it was basically Rob Van Dam's old singlet. He was wearing. This was a Rob Van Dam tribute from Seth.
I could have fooled me. I was going for like Diesel or something.
I get it. I'm just saying. You know how his outfits have been more and more crazy recently, and I was like, this?
I mean, this was like, what's he wearing? Like, where are the funny coats?
Exactly, and the crazy colors. Well, they were still blue and yellow, but still, no, this was pure and simply because it was an Extreme Rules thing, and that has its origins eventually.
I mean, that would make sense. Yes.
He came out and said it. I mean, everyone could see it. if they remember Rob Van Dam and noticed that he was doing it during his entrance, but he came out and straight up said it. Yeah, it was just an RVD tribute thing, which is fine. My first note was the ref is going to decide this, isn't he? This was, in my opinion, a bad. This was my other 4-star match. I thought I would love this. I thought I would love this more. He says to a 4-star match. I absolutely loved this. It was freaking awesome. But this is how you don't do a special referee.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think, yeah.
He got involved by threatening them, but not actually doing anything. It was super weird.
I mean, it also took forever to, like, do counts, and it was just, like, just do your job, right?
Yeah. Oh, the commentators did such a good job selling this. So a pit is apparently basically a pit match. It's apparently basically just a. Well, it's a cage match, except the cage is very narrow. Like, it's actually standing on the ring. So they're removing the ring ropes so the the cage can slot down between the ring posts. And then on the very top of the cage there is like a walkway. And you have to win inside the pit. You can't just escape.
Carry up and count. You have to be inside.
Yeah.
You can't be up there.
Exactly. And apparently you can't do a pin on the walkway anyway. You have to actually be in the ring. Fine. Yeah. I like this concept. Let's see it a bit more often. But when they were on that walk, both of them were on that walkway at one point. Damn, the commentators were selling that this was dangerous. I got flashbacks to it's like, oh my god, this is going to be another Mankind and Undertaker thing. And he sounded like he was legitimately panicking. I don't know who it was, but he sounded like he was legitimately panicking.
He was definitely playing his part.
Yeah. It was really, really good. And in the end, Riddle actually took this one.
The one thing that I remember with Riddle, like when I guess Riddle Arcade owed him on top of that whole plat thing, and then Seth fell to the floor, and then Riddle did like
yeah, he did a drop from
there, and I don't know, I felt like God, I heard something crack or something. This looked like it hurt, like ow.
Yeah. It really did. I would not be surprised if that hurt Riddle more than it hurt
Seth. Right? I'm like,
And again, when I'm saying this was my least favorite match of the evening, that would still make it probably my favorite match of practically any other evening.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't really that long and everything else, but considering what happened afterwards, I'm fine with that.
Honestly, again, I think they made a mistake. I think they should have made the Judgment Day match the main event.
Yeah.
I think that was so good that this one felt like a bit of an afterthought. Somehow. Yeah.
I think it was because we had the special guest referee, and it was like the first time with a pit match. I mean, we've seen I Quit matches before, and that's probably why it was like the last.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Daniel Cormier is a big thing in MMA, and we know WWE has a hard-on for attracting the MMA audience. It's not. They've always done that. That's why we have Ronda. That's why we have Shayna. That's why Brock came back as this unstoppable monster after he had been MMA champion.
I mean, that's why we have Riddle, and it's like, we get it. Yeah.
It's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Again, if I sound like I have a single problem with this match,
it's because he's foreign, and he always sounds like he has a problem.
Yeah, like I said, I don't like Riddle. That's well known, but I don't like Riddle as a person. I love him as a wrestler. I didn't like the referee, but still, this match would have been, top of the card. Practically, well, maybe not SummerSlam, but there's a lot of pay-per-views where this would have been by far the best match. It was very, very, very good.
It's a 4-star. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a very good match.
Just not a single bad match. And then, of course, the match is over, and
the lights go out.
The lights go out, and again, the commentators sold it. It was like, wait,
Are
we off the air?
Are we still on the air?
Are we still on the air? Are we off the air?
What's happening here? What's going on? Like, hello, guys?
Hello, and this is where I'm like, holy shit! How did the audience have enough voice left for the pop they gave?
It was such a huge pop.
Immediately, the sound goes out, and this weird sort of mix of horror music and the old Firefly Funhouse theme plays. It was super good. I really hope they keep that around.
But yeah,
various weirdly dressed characters appears in the arena.
Apparently, like I think Liv was like one of the characters.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And immediately, as that happens, basically immediately, Lexi Kaufman, i.e. Alexa Bliss, tweets, "Well, hello, old friend." I was like, good timing there, Lexi. Good timing.
Yeah, but they had like different. It was like singing the song, but there was like different parts of like the Firefly characters, and then there was like a head on top of like the announcer's table. They're like, "What the hell?" They're like, "What the hell?" And then you see like
so well
done. Again, oh my god, it was so good.
This remix, like mix of Bray Wyatt's old theme with a sort of mismatched Firefly Funhouse thing, all put to a horror beat. God, it was so good, and yes, that was Bray Wyatt returning. Right, exactly. Of course.
Obviously. No, it was Bad Bunny, no swing.
And the crowd, even that, the crowd had been screaming them. Like I said, the only time during the entire evening where the crowd wasn't fully on board was like the first 2 or 3 minutes of the McIntyre Cross thing. But once this whole thing started playing, they went up there, and then when Bray came out and removed his mask, it was just like I didn't think they had enough voice left for that pop. It was.
I mean, they were like yelling, "Holy shit! Holy shit!" Like through the whole entire time. I'm like, God damn, y'all gonna be in pain with your throats tomorrow.
The arena just blew the freaking roof off.
I mean, we've been waiting for this forever, especially with the whole White Rabbit thing. I'm like, oh my god, enough of the fucking rabbit! Yeah. Just bring them out already.
We just need to get Aleister Black and those two uniting.
Right.
Into a stable. They can feud with Judgment Day. That'll be fun. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, Wyatt is back, and man, did that excite people.
Oh man, I was so happy. Let me just say this: you could take every match that had happened and be like a shit show. I would have been attended anyway, just because Bray Wyatt came back. I was like, and it was done so well.
Yeah, it was perfection itself. It really was.
It was done so well. It was like, oh man, now please use them correctly.
Yeah. Now but the thing is, after the last couple of months, listen, it's obvious that for some reason they have bought into Roman being this unstoppable monster that has to go on being champion until he fights The Rock. I think it's a catastrophic mistake. We have talked about this many times. We don't need to go into it now. If you want to know our opinion on this, go watch literally any other show the last 2 years.
Pretty much.
But, apart from that, I don't know if it's Triple H. I don't know if it's Tony Khan and, Rick Khan and what's her face? Stephanie. I don't know what it is, but damn, the quality has been skyrocketing since they took over.
Yeah, we were saying that before. We were like the SmackDown and Raw are watchable again. It's like you actually want to watch them.
It's fun to watch WWE again.
Right, it's
fun. And some might remember that back in January, after or around Rumble, we were like, this might be the last pay-per-view we cover for these people because we don't want to anymore. It's not fun anymore. It's not fun to watch this shit. It's fun to watch WWE wrestling again.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's exciting, it's just great. If this is what they can do, man, are we in for a golden age.
Yeah,
yes, I have my criticism about them not having the main belts in play. But if they can give us this,
right,
I can live with it.
Right, as long as you give me some good matches and stuff, I can live without like the belts and stuff like that. I mean, we still got.
I have my criticism. I've made it clear many times before, but
we got the Intercontinental. We still got United. Whatever.
Yeah. We got a lot of good things. Again, as long as they don't turn Ronda into like a new Brock or something.
But I don't really think she would want that anyway.
I don't think she would want that either. I'm just saying. Then we have, if that's the case, then we have all of the other belts we can play with. I think it's a catastrophic mistake to not take the belts off Roman and get the main title.
I mean, at least one.
At least one of them, and just get the main title back in play. But it's a decision they made, and if they can give us what they have otherwise given us, I don't know. I can't even remember if I said this at the beginning of the actual recording of this, or as me and Toya talked before we started, but I think this might be the best pay-per-view I have seen in close to 20 years.
I think you did say that.
Yeah. I'll say it again, because it really, really was. It was just, everything about this was picture perfect from minute 1 to the end.
Yeah, it was really good. Glad to see Bray back. Good welcome back.
Yep. Good to see Bray back. Always happy to see Bray back.
It's one of my favorites. Well, like I said before, and I said it at the beginning, I'll say it again. 10 out of 10. 2 thumbs up.
100%. Not a 10 out of 10. Not a bad match in the bunch. Not even an average match in the bunch.
No. I know they all can't be like this because this was Extreme Rukes.
Yes, absolutely. And there are going to be... sometimes matches are just going to be duds. Right. Remember the one... I can't remember... Was it at SummerSlam? Where there was obviously like an injury in play. They
had to cut it short.
Up.
Yeah.
That fucked up. I think there was the women's title match. So they had to cut it short. Stuff like that happens. But yeah, this was 10 out of 10. And I think that's the first time we've ever even gotten close to giving a show a 10 out of 10.
I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright guys, thank you very much. This was perfection. And if you haven't watched it yet, yeah, you're not allowed to watch our next video if you don't, go watch it now. Just kidding.
No. Anyways, guys, we'll see you at Survivor Series. Bye.
Yes, we will. Bye.